Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Earthling. Your girl, Kim Arts, is live. As stated, we are talking about the industry business affair of the MLM network marketing, home-based businesses, why it's successful, why it's not successful for you, what can you do, what strategy can you use. If you got questions and answers, please chime in. These are my guests, Rand and Lady Tanisha,
Lady T.
Tanisha Winters. So this is the S.E.C, episode 1 with your girl, Kim Arts. So if y'all got any questions, y'all got some MLMs out there that y'all are struggling with, feel free to chime in and ask, okay, any type of question that you want. So we're going to give them a few minutes and let them, let me type.
This is a great opportunity.
Greetings
to discuss.
Everyone.
Hello, everybody. Did it type?
Did it type? It didn't type over here. It didn't type over here. Let me, hold on. Where's my, oh Lord, that ain't it. He said it was, oh, right here. Is that word? Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
There it is.
Hold on. Do I got to use this right here? Look, I'm in the studio, y'all. Hold on. Is this where I get in? Okay. I was like, how do I get over there? Oh my gosh, y'all. This is my first time in my studio, sharing my studio privileges here I got. Because I'm special. Okay. I'm going to say greetings, everyone. Come on in. There we go. Anybody got any questions out there? Or if not, we're going to get started because y'all just come on in. Greetings, everybody. Y'all know your girl, right? Back on the air. I can't even get this up. I don't even know what this iPad doing.
YouTube.
I don't even know what the iPad doing. There we go. Now I can see it. Oh, Lord. There we go. Lord, let me. Oh, Lord. There we go. Lord, let me turn that down. We don't want that reverb going on. All right, y'all. Greetings. Okay, I got my iPad here. Y'all can ask away any questions y'all have with the MLM industry. Any important information y'all guys want to know about network marketing, home-based business, your nonprofit 501c3, and why it's significant in today's industry and what's going on. So, and the Fortune 500, of course, because that's a big part of the MLM network marketing industry, because everything is like built typically, like basically a pyramid. From your corporations to your jobs you go to the time you get out of the bed, to the time you go to bed, it is a pyramid. And once you can grasp that is the system within the system, you'll be on your way to making money. But don't go away just yet. I'm waiting on y'all questions. I'm gonna let Rand talk. And Rand, tell us about the industry, MLM, home-based business, and network marketing. Over the years, what have you gathered?
Hi there. I'll tell you, for over 30 years, I've been researching network marketing as it relates to the industry, whereby multi-level marketing is used. And I discovered that everything in the business is around generating people to come into the business so that the product can be sold. And in my research, I discovered, whether by accident or not, whether by going to all the extravaganzas and the different galas that would be representing, be it in Vegas or San Francisco, wherever it is, having people to walk across the stage with $1 million check, But I'm looking at everybody in the audience. They don't receive that kind of pay. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering why. So for 30 years, I researched the Fortune 500 that is being used by the World Bank, that is being used by the IMF, International Money Fund. And it just tells me that the Donald Trumps of the world, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the Mary Kay Ashes of the world, everyone is using network marketing as it relates to MLM businesses that asked you to use their system because it's attached to a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So for 30 years, after researching and spending tens of thousands of dollars, not going there just to find out what they were teaching and did I want to be a part of it, I went there to find out what wasn't being taught. So I sat there investigating, looking, waiting to see if I would hear an answer, and I never did. So my mind took me to Wall Street, to the Dow. And I said to myself, everything is centered around numbers. Mm-hmm. Then they say that it's a numbers racket. I said, wait a minute, a numbers racket? Mm-hmm. When I think of racket, I think of gangster stuff. When I think of a racket, I think of a game. When I think of a racket. Mm-hmm. And when I think of a game, I think of it must be a winner
and a loser.
And a loser.
That's right. That's
who's been the referee then?
That's true.
So something told me something isn't just right. I'm just a regular person. What about you all who are real thinkers and who have obtained, MBAs and masters
and doctors and bachelors?
Surely you can see this.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, since everything is geared around numbers, I said, what would happen if I looked at everybody instead of as a person?
As a number.
As a number.
As a number.
Okay, then I look at the corporation who has been allowed by the trillionaires of the world,
right,
to reach out and say, you all can come on board and put yourself in a position where you can get paid residually. I asked the question, what am I going to get paid residually? And everybody say, money. And I said, yes, but it's impossible for a man to make money. And they say, why would you say it's impossible for a man to make money? I said, well, after studying numbers, I say money is that number that's being placed on any piece of paper that's being used as U.S. currency like the water current. That's it right. Has to flow way in which it flows so everybody can economically receive from its flowing. So I look at the paper and I look at the number that's going to define the worth or value of that piece of paper.
Right.
I say everything is a number. I say that's where I've been messing up.
I think that's where we all been messing up at.
I know.
To tell you the truth.
Well, so we don't even think about, I think, on the basic level of how society evolves and how society runs, how our country is ran. Mm-hmm. At the moment of your birth, you assigned a number.
You're a number at the birth. That's right.
Behind your birth certificate, there is a number.
There's a number.
And with your social security number,
you
need that to do anything.
Any type of business.
Any type of business that you need.
Credit business.
Anything. In order to get a home, you need your social security number. In order to buy a car, you need your social security number. In order to get a job, you need your social security
number. In order to die.
You need it. It's on everything.
From the time
it's on in order to get a bank account. So
Come on.
If you really think of it on the basis of everything, of how we get to life, it all started
with a number.
With the number.
With a magic number at that.
And they say, well, why is it that everybody is calling network marketing, multi-level marketing, a scam? They call it a pyramid scheme.
Well, that's what I want to know.
Okay, I want to ask the question.
It's all a numbers thing. That's right. That's right, Coach Pam. That's right, Empress Pam.
Watch this. If it's a pyramid scheme, all the calculations that we've been dealing with since ancestral past has all been based on the same principle of the trilogy. You're born, you live, and you die. That's a pyramid. The scheme is what's going to come behind the principle of the pyramid itself, which represents that trilogy. What's going to come behind it? What's the intention? See, because just because there is an intention don't mean that they won't be oppositions to the intention that you have to present to the world. So people have gotten it misconstrued. The game is being played on you by you not knowing the game.
Is.
Exactly.
How can you play the game and you know nothing about the game?
You don't know the rules of the game, nor have the strategy to the game.
But you only accept the game when certain people play.
Come on, man. People that are not of color.
I won't say
people of not of color.
I won't say the company's names because I realize just in saying their names, I give them free advertising.
That's right. So we ain't giving nobody free.
But what I will say is there are companies that cause you to lose weight and give you a lot of energy that people are promoting right now that are owned by people who don't look like me. There are people who are out here right now. You're selling cosmetic products and things of that sort. But the company at the end of the day is somebody who does not look like me.
Exactly.
But it is the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm going to start selling. I get you to sell it, and it works. But it's only a scheme when I'm doing it for
self reasons,
for me and my people. The evolution and evolve. It's two sides to it, and you have to. It's
just one truth.
You have to be aware of what it is, of what the game is. Learn the game. Learn all of the parts,
the game.
And then use it and play it and win.
They use the game. It's like Coach Pam says, it's like Facebook. It's an algorithm. And because you have 300 friends, only 100 people are going to see it.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game. So if you got 300 people, why on a Facebook algorithm or any algorithm on social media platforms, you only see the same people you interact with. You don't see the other people's posts because it's an algorithm inside of the platform. And you have to crack the platform algorithm to get outside of it, to diversify. So, Rand, explain what the 501(c)(3) is for those setting up a nonprofit versus a for-profit organization, and how when you start an MLM, that will be the best thing to do. What's the relation for the MLM network marketing or any type of business that any industry you're in? Why is it important to have a 501(c)(3) nonprofit?
When having a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, that gives you tax exemption. You can help the community. You can ask others to help you by donating to you, whether it be in cash, whether it be in checks, whether it be in money order, or whether it be in kind. Your services and or products that you wish to say, hey, I'm giving it to this particular foundation, to this particular nonprofit, so that they can do what they do for the community. Now, getting involved in the network marketing process, getting involved in that MLM, and MLM, multi-level marketing, disperses more money quicker to people that have gone in business with them, have become members with them so that they would have their own home-based business. Everybody knows how that works, and everybody has heard all their lives concerning knowing how this works. I started studying network marketing as it was in MLM being used by certain Fortune 500 businesses that was attached to that industry. And from the very beginning, from the onset, when Kevin Trudeau was introducing everything, Amway was stepping out there as a monster, you know? So I'm looking at Marvin Buff,
Primerica,
all
of them.
the network. So you got to understand one thing. The businesses exist because it's real. The businesses will allow you to make money. Listen, to make money. Because as I said earlier, it is impossible for a man to make money. And it's impossible because man can't make money. Only money can make money, because when you look at what is being represented as money, that's numerical. If it's numerical, or should I say if it's dominational, it's numerical. And if it's numerical, that means that it's a number. And if it's a number, it doesn't have an end. What would happen if you be involved in a business that just deals with numbers generating numbers?
Right.
And you attach your business to the principle that started it all, which would be the higher power who created everything and gave everything life, performance, a duty, a reason for being. You attach yourself to that principle. That principle is called truth. And in it being called truth, all you're doing is taking what is already here, being presented. And in our mind, it's not being used, it's being abused, because all the poverty can be rid of overnight because of the principle that the Almighty God himself started it when he said in Genesis, be fruitful. What is fruitful? Fruitful is the best. And it says to be full of the best. What is the best? God is the best. So when he said, be full of the best, be fruitful, then the next statement says, multiply. So you have to be full of God.
Yeah.
Knowing, and stop believing in God and start knowing God, the next level into faith, so that we can get to that level that we wish to achieve, not by someone standing over us with the foot on our neck and we hollering and saying we can't breathe. We can breathe if we put ourselves only in the position to know that the word is true. When it says, be fruitful and multiply, why would God say multiply? Why would that be the very first command instructionally that God would say unto the creation? Why would it be the number one? It must be the number one because it's the most important. In our lives, we've been taught, don't worry about money. You'll get that when you die. But you're living today broke and having everybody take everything from you, but anyone giving anything to you. What's the question?
We got a question from Jalen. Jalen said, is it possible to turn my LLC to a 501c3? My business is called Youth Under Construction LLC.
Okay. What does the LLC mean?
Answer the question.
No, I want her to answer.
Or him.
Or him.
Answer,
because you got to understand something. It's all about your
LLC?
intention.
Okay. What is now? I'm asking because he's asking you, Jalen. What is your interpretation of the LLC?
And why did you get the LLC?
And why did you get the LLC? First of all,
to begin with.
So then he's going to come
talk about if it's even worth converting that one and whether you need something else, because you have to understand how businesses work, and we're supposed to have multiples. You have to think in multiples. Don't it might
Think in numbers. Think in numbers. Now, has he answered? Can you hear him?
Not yet.
No,
Okay, well, let me continue until he says something.
Yeah.
See, when you get into a nonprofit situation, I've just started my nonprofit in March. Hasn't anything been done except the paperwork and all of that? I'm building on a nonprofit. I'm building on a nonprofit by starting it with nothing. I don't want anyone to think that I already had money to be able to invest the money that I had into a nonprofit organization. Is it a question?
What?
Okay. But anyway, I wanted everyone to know.
No, nobody's talking.
I'm wanting everyone to know that I'm appearing this way as an example. People say you can't do anything unless you got everything. That's not true, but it is true, because first of all, I got God. So if I got God, I got everything. So I'm wanting to prove that by me not having nothing, choose God as the CEO and not just by rhetoric or hyperbole. We're talking about what do you think would happen with a nonprofit organization when you know that nonprofit organization is only in existence to do something miraculous in the cities who have ghettos or cities that have unemployment or cities that have the homeless and cities that have all the other ills of society.
Here you go.
I saw it.
Okay, Jalen's question is, I got the LLC because I wanted to start my own business and I was told I should get an LLC.
Maybe the question is, what does her business do?
But they're saying that they want to
convert it.
They want to make it for profit.
Right.
Okay.
It is for profit now.
Okay, that's right. But what you do with what you have for profit, here's a question to you. Just open your mind and let God be God. Let the truth be what the truth is. So when you are in business for profit, watch this question. Is it against the law for you to be in a business and have your own business, your own nonprofit for profit? Is it against the law what you do with the profit that you receive? What would happen if you would take that profit that you receive and place that profit into the nonprofit? In other words, now you have placed your revenue into a nonprofit so that it can do what it's supposed to do in the business. Now, when you look at Ephesians 6 and 8, we're going to keep it God. Let's just keep it real. Ephesians 6 and 8 says this: what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you.
I can't do this with y'all today.
If it's better to give than it is to receive, how are we looking at this? As making sure that God is the CEO. Well, if you're in a position to receive, that means that if God is the CEO, once you receive whatever blessing it is that you receive, then you release it immediately so that the cycle of giving and receiving will continue on that path of continuity, on that stretch called infinity. So again, we'll go back to the subject of multi-level marketing and the way in which all you have to do is just allow God to open up your mind and say, you know what, it's time for me not to be enslaved by man, but be enslaved by the mind of God. Because if God is saying, if you would do it this way, and guess what? If you do it exactly that way, that's going to be shown as an illustration, in a demonstration, so that you'll know what your seed is supposed to do once you plant it. So, if you don't know where to plant it, how are you going to guarantee that God is going to water it if you haven't placed it where God say placed it?
So he should do both.
So I think, okay, that's what I'm making sure. So the answer to the question is he should have both.
So he should have both.
He should do both.
both.
1 + 1 is 2. And it's important. I think just to break down what he said on us, because I was trying to make sure that I understand it. And if he don't, and that's not what you say, the doc say, no, that's not what I'm saying. But from what I think I hear and interpret is God wants you to, and not to be super spiritual or anything, but I am God. Listen, he's with me and all of that. He wants you to profit and prosper.
Right.
The only way that you can have it to give is if you get in the you gotta do this and then
there
here.
You go.
Here,
there you go.
And so your LLC is important because you need your LLC. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the screen as the things are probably. You need your LLC because you need to be able to get and obtain and work for the resources that you need to pour into somebody and make it out. Your LLC is the top notch to you. It's just the beginning. Now you need to either not necessarily look into something else, but how is what that business that you do? Let's say it's doing hair.
In Roman numeral number, what is L in Roman numeral number?
It's 20.
Okay. And what is C? That's
C is 3.
C is 100.
It's 100.
Oh, 100.
Century.
Roman numeral. Century. Yeah, century.
So you put whatever it is that you're going to do, and it's going to multiply to the hundred.
To the hundreds. And
if you don't do it, the zeros are just placeholders.
LLC is 100.
Yeah, we add zeros to this. We adding zeros to this, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on.
So thinking that if, like I said, if your business was doing hair, you got your LLC license and doing hair, how your nonprofit might be doing hair for the homeless or things of that sort, because people need some things to do. And it's the same. It's the same business. It's the same product that you've been doing. It ain't nothing changed. You didn't have to add nothing else. Just one. You supply your service for somebody who can't afford it, and you take their resources and you give back to somebody else.
You give back to somebody in need. You're giving back.
If it makes sense,
you're giving. You gotta give something first.
That's it.
You gotta sacrifice and give something up. Jalen, let us know. Duty. Yeah, it's a duty. Jalen, let us know if we answered it. And welcome, Divine Rob. Peace and love. If you got any questions, if you got any questions, please chime in. I got my phone here. We keep looking up at this big screen.
Because it's right here. It's right there.
We're supposed to be looking right there on the webcam, but we all looking up here because we can see ourselves. So if you catch us looking up, it's because we're looking up on the screen.
The words are easy to read.
Yeah, it's easier right there to read than me trying to squint my little eyes. But y'all ask away if you got any questions. Jalen, let us know. Get somebody to call in, to ask questions. Ask some questions.
Let them experts call in.
Share, tag, comment. Hit that notification bell because your girl, I just be keeping it real with y'all. And we need to get down to the nitty gritty with this MLM business and why so many of us is not as successful as they make it out to be. But it's all in the strategy that you use is why you're not successful. It's not so much, you got to follow this, you got to follow this. Yeah, well, we know it's 2 or 3 ways to do math, right? And come up with an answer, right?
Right.
But from my own, this is my disclaimer. Of course, this is a disclaimer. So we're not promise y'all anything, do anything. So that's our disclaimer because we're not financial advisors. So we're just doing this from an educational, entertainment purposes to let y'all be able to think for yourself and open up your mind. So I know through all my trial and errors of doing MLM, it came to a point where you're excited, but then after a month or 3, the shit died down. And you're like, well, why I'm not generating any money as the way they hype it up to be? Well, there's a principle strategy to it that you were told one way when you were told one way to get out there and work your ass off for it, first of all, when you wasn't told that to use this thing right here to bring in that for you. Well, using God's math, UGM, ran strategy of studying over 30 plus years. I've been studying probably over 10 plus years, because we met like 10 years ago. So this is my friend from like 10, 11 years ago. So we've always talked this. This is nothing new to your girl, okay? Y'all just probably didn't know it, but it's nothing new to me. So in my course of me going and implementing, going and studying, him studying, we conversing. So this is a conversation, y'all. So let's get this straight. We're having a conversation about MLM, network marketing, how to benefit it, how to make this system, inside a system, work for you. Not us, because we ain't selling nothing.
It ain't for sale.
It ain't for sale.
This is not
it
for
ain't
sale.
for sale. We want you to open up your mind and think. It's something not being shown. You remember, I'm gonna let you talk after this. You remember we all went to school and the teacher wanted you to show the math problem, but you knew in your mother joking head to get the answer like that, and the teacher was like, nah, show the work. Show the work. You was trained from an early age, y'all, to show the work, right? How they want it done. But you thought of a shortened way. You know, you'll get 1 or 2 steps, boom, you get the answer. And the teacher be like, no, it's like 3 more, 4 steps missing. And you like, no, but it's still the same answer. No, a C, because you didn't show the work. That's where it started at, y'all. They taught you one way in MLM all across the board since elementary, how to go a specific route to success. But they never told you it was actually a shortcut. That's just as effective. That's not as strenuous, not as stressful. Don't waste your time. Don't do this. Don't do that. You have to follow their protocol, whatever their pyramid scheme is. You got to bring 10 people, go get 10 people. You got to bring 10 people, you go get 10 people. And you like, well, damn, who, how, who, what? But you left off one important advice, one important method they asked that we just stated about giving and receiving. They actually left that principle off.
Let me
go ahead.
Interject right there. We've all seen the principles of what the businesses use when they ask us.
Okay, he got a question, Jalen.
Oh, let's answer the question.
Okay, Jalen's question was, yes, you did answer it, but the plan was to provide guidance, resources, and mentorship to the youth and the community.
Correct. And to do that with effectiveness so that the efficacies of what we're doing in the community can be seen. Here's the question. Do you think that you could do more in the community for these children in the community if you had the necessary and the abundance of the monies that you would need if you had it in order to do that, or to get out there and struggle to get it, beg, crawl, scratch? Which is the best? Or just sit at your house and let's pray and don't take it to the next level. As I stated before, I'm here today. I'm 70 years old, meaning that I've been here trying to study as much as I possibly can study so that I might be able to leave something that I've learned in the 70 plus years of being in existence. What I'm saying is this: if there is a way for people of color to be able to invest in a way, I'm not an expert on the way in which the world have been teaching you all to invest all your life. I thought that I was told that if you keep doing something over and over again and expect it to be a change in it, they say that that's insanity. Yes. All I'm saying is that what I'm presenting is a way to allow you to think of everything as a number. Because when Einstein said, and everybody said that he was the grandfather, well, he wasn't my grandfather. I just know for a fact that when he said E equals MC squared, in my mind, I got with my higher power, and I said, well, what does that mean? E represents everything. Well, that makes sense to me.
Energy.
Equal represents balance, because when you say something is balanced, that means that it's equal. So everything equals when you multiply it, because this is the only way creation can start, when God say be fruitful and multiply cannot start at 1. It must start at 2. Because 1 times 1, 100 trillion times, the quotient is going to be 1. 2 times 2 equals 4 times 2 equals 8 times 2 equals 16 times 2 equals 30 times 2. And it goes on and on and on. So what I'm saying is, when we know the principle of math, knowing that there is no end to math, then what we would do, knowing that that's a principle that the Creator created for us to be successful and not believe the hype that you got to work hard all your life, broke down, and then you'll reap your reward. When God say put it at his feet and don't worry about it, that he say open up the windows of heaven. He didn't say I was going to open up the windows of heaven. He was going to open up the windows of heaven. And I hope your window of heaven is opened up so that you can receive some of this knowledge. When knowledge is hooked up to God's umbilical cord so that we can receive some freshness and some newness, how would we know that God is on the scene? Because the stuff that's on the scene isn't making sense. So in other words, once you realize that numbers exist, there's a way for all of us to look at numbers as being what they are and hook our business that is number generated to a principle that doesn't have an end. Will your business have an end? If you're hooked up to a principle that doesn't have an end, hook up to that principle which called God and get out of the way. He don't need you in the way. He said he gonna open up the window. He the one that started and created math. Use your head. Everything that they are telling you to do, please do it 100%. And in the end of it, just tell them the money, the place that you've blessed me to be in, to be a money broker, a personal money broker for my own business, to get others to send money because of what I did. I appreciate the opportunity. We want to send you as much money as possible.
Yeah, there you go. So what is the strategy? What is out of your years of studying this industry, this money-making machine, money-generating machine?
Okay.
Because I think, money make money, reproduce money.
People think
it's a numbers game.
Right. But it's only a game because you know nothing about it.
Right.
Now, when you know something about the game and you know something about the rules and the regulations and the guidelines that it takes for this to operate, then you can say you in the game. Now, since you're in the game, and I say that it's a way that we're supposed to do this by looking at numbers as they are. They are to multiply the business that you're in. So instead of chasing the dollar bill, that's nothing but numbers, why not use the principle and let those numbers, those dollar bills, chase us? So that we can just put it back on the track where it was going in the first place, on the train, and let that midnight train to Georgia come back around the north way instead of the south way, and dropping off my residual income as it passes. And get ready, let it go.
Don't I'm old school. Don't do me like that.
Okay. Well, I noticed this.
I got to go.
On that midnight train. Y'all know me. Don't get me saying.
Y'all got to get this. You got to get this.
Okay, so why? Okay. What I noticed in my 10 years of looking at MLMs and then going through a few, crash and just epic fail around here. Like, I just got disgusted because a person of this geniusness, I knew it was something that was not right, first of all, because I was like, nah, something is fishy with this. So I noticed, I said, well, dang, why? When I started investigating the companies, they all bust around about 30 years, right? Fortune 500. And first thing I noticed, it was about 30 years ago.
That's right.
And I'm like, hold up, 30 years ago? You mean all this just came about 30 30 years ago. So almost every company you are into as MLM and in the industry, it's been out here 30
And
years
all
ago.
of them been doing the exact same thing. The only thing that has changed is the product and or services.
Exactly.
But the principle of
how they
what
do
you
it
are
has
to
been the
do
same
while
way.
you're in it has always been the same, a cookie cutter.
So it doesn't matter if your MLM or your business is a service or product, because Tanisha asked Jalen, so are you selling a product? Well, he said he's doing it for the community. He has resources. He wanted to provide guidance, resources, and membership to the youth in the community.
Well, that's what I was saying, because
more,
it sounds like to me that was a nonprofit.
But he didn't set it up like that.
Yeah.
He set it up like the LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But just use the mind of God.
Yeah.
While you were
how
in
he
it.
restructures it.
Yeah.
If that's what he's doing, then it is some restructuring that he has to do.
Yeah, from here.
Yeah.
This is what has to be restructured.
So my thing is, like, what is the Fortune 500? Because a lot of people do not know what the Fortune 500 is and that industry, what it is. Like, some of us got their products in our house today because either we're still in it or we enjoy the product and we're getting back the we're still ordering the products depending on what it is.
Some of us are gonna take a shot we are gonna take the vaccine by a Fortune 500.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, I gotta take you one further. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Shit.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, you weren't supposed to say that, sis.
But I'm right
But
about
you're
it.
right. That's a Fortune 500 called the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
So
See,
I'm trying to tell you, it's all a game. You got to understand the game in order to, and you will win once you do. But yeah.
Yeah, because see, y'all, if you get out of your mind that it's a scheme, that it's a pyramid, that it's a this or it's a that, throw that out. Because a pyramid and a risk or a scheme is what you do every day when you rise up and when you lay down. So if you can throw out that terminology when you're thinking about a home-based business, you will go farther than what you know. You got to throw out the bullcorn. You got to throw out the BS out of it, because that BS is to keep you trapped. I have done artists. I have done Melaleuca. I have done CTFO. I done did Arbonne. I done did a few others where I went and just looked. I almost did the credit one. I almost did a few other ones. I've been doing my own investigation because I'm trying to figure out where the loophole is at. And I'm like, it's a loophole somewhere, because why your sponsors are successful, but you're not as successful as your sponsors.
Doesn't make sense.
And it does not make sense when you're looking at a pyramid in general, because the money's supposed to trickle down from the top to everybody that signs on and supposedly, quote unquote, do the work, do the sacrifice. Go get some more people. Go grab this. Go knock on doors. Go do this. Pay for marketing. Pay for that.
I want you to think about this. If you got a ball in your hand and the only way that you're going to get paid is if you pitch that ball upward. Mm-hmm. Now, once you pitch that ball upward to the top, I promise you that ball will come back down. Why? Because of the gravity on the ball that's going to put it right back where it was launched from. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that means that in theory, and let's put concrete on the theory, once it goes up, when it returns, that is our residual income. In other words, you did something when you sent something up so it could come back to you with payment from sending it up. That's a principle. So what I'm saying is, don't look at any of the network marketing businesses looking at the Fortune 500 as being something special. Fortune 500 isn't anything special, stupendous, tremendous, and all of that. They're in a position to do what they do. Now, every Fortune 500 company is affiliated with something physical, or something spiritual, such as a service.
Yep.
It's still the same thing. They are putting something out. What do you think the monies, the finances go once you give it to the business? The business isn't there by itself, of itself, at the beginning of itself. It is there because of the permission of the ones at the top to say, okay, yeah, you can do that for us. The Fortune 500 companies isn't anything except a hand that's being used by those at the top. I'm not ashamed of them. I want them to make as much money as they think that they can make. And I want to be able to be in a position to give them even more. May I give you more?
People who
Please.
don't understand multi-level
Pam got a question too. Go
media
ahead.
marketing.
What does Pam say?
Though I think in some cases you don't understand how life is. And I like to simplify it for people, because when you say that things have been around 30 years, you know how I look at that. That's my whole life. So the whole millennial concept, these businesses have built the life that we know it. Let's take YouTube, for example. You know, it's multi-level marketing.
It's multi-level marketing.
Because
It's advertising.
because we have to connect with each other. Even some of these
Social networking.
courier services that we use when we order our food and things of this sort. Like I said, I'm not giving nobody advertisement that won't give me money, because I understand how it works. But the point is that these big businesses get us to go out and use our own things, and they are making lots of money and resources. I now know one of those companies has several big businesses that, rather than getting their own delivery department, they partnered through one of those food carrier services. Start, if you know which one I'm talking about. They red, they got the little thing.
You can always discuss what's happening in the world.
Their carrier services, because I want people to understand that it will work, and if we learn to, and
if you work it,
and if we learn to, as African American people, if we learn how to do that with our resources, just with us. Just if we learned how to, amongst our family, had a pot that, just sit here and it grows and we invest into it. What we were talking about before we went live. If we learned that, we would understand that company with the red little check has Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, GameStop.
They can hear. That might
Walmart, CVS, GameStop. Who else uses them? Are using that service?
Anybody that's connected to advertising.
Rather than getting that, and they're learning how to stick together. So we have to do that with our own resources, and not just in business, just in regular financial.
Well, that's business.
That's right. That's right.
Because everything is business.
Everything.
Empress Pam got a question for you. She said, "I am a certified Empress Pam, my sis, Coach Pam. I am a certified life coach, and the problem I am having is people, mostly our people, don't care too much about mental health. How to get around that? Sell health and wellness sprays. How can I boost that?"
I can say this. You're talking about boosting that care in the mental health business in the community. How do you boost it? Question. If you had the necessary resources to do what your spirit is wanting you to do, so that you could see the effects from what you're doing, if you had the money, wouldn't you put your people in that position? Because the only reason why they would be in that position is to carry out your mind. And you want to see your mind reflected through those that's under you. So what I'm saying is this: let's put our mind on that level where we think above this daily thinking we've been thinking, because they've put a ceiling on our thinking. God created us to be Homo sapiens erectus, upright thinking being, created in the image of God. I mean, everything is about the image. Look at your image. We all must grow. I want to grow.
Wait, but Doc, hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you really quick. Because I want you to fit. Don't lose that thought, because she needs to understand growth. But before you start growing, we have to be careful of what we say. I'm gonna read your comment again, and I'm going to, and I'm no expertise. I'm not I'm just gonna tell you what God has revealed to me and how I feel that whoever it touches. You says I'm a certified life coach, and the problem I'm having is mostly our people don't care too much. You have to start focusing and working with the people that care. First. That's your point. Yep. You're wasting your time. There are some of our folks, and I want them to come up with me and
we waste our time on them.
But you're wasting your time with people
that don't mean good.
That don't care about what you have going on. Stop. Go past them. And go past them and focus on let me see if I can see her too good. Woman of God, there are plenty of people everywhere you look on YouTube and on Facebook and on everything. There are people who are talking about mental health and the things and resources that so the things what you need to do is stop fooling with people who want to stay crazy and talk to the crazy people who realize they crazy and they want to be well. That's how you do it. And your business starts to grow. You cannot keep talking to people who want to stay crazy. Talk to people who want to be delivered. And you cannot talk to people who want to stay in bondage. When we got out, because I am a Black woman and we're getting ready to embark on Black History Month, the reason why we are as free as we may think that we are today is because the people who wanted and desired freedom decided to go and left the ones that didn't want to go behind.
Man, see, a lot of people.
I've decided that I'm going to have the Harriet Tubman effect. I'm going with or without you. And if I got to kill you along the way to get there, that's just what it's going to happen. I have no time to deal with people. I have no time to deal with people who do not want to be delivered, who do not want a better way of life. I don't know about you. I'm sick of doing the same old thing. I'm sick of being ignorant. I'm tired of being a dummy. I don't want to be a dummy no more. I want to be wise and walk in the wisdom that I am. So just to answer you, be aware of what you say, Pam.
Awesome.
We no longer care about the people who don't want their mental health crisis to be. We're going to leave them over there where they're at. I'm done. I'm not saying nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing.
If y'all remember, I put a post up. I said, you got to create value. I've got kicked out of groups on Facebook from people being jealous, people being envious, people just being people, right? And I know that it's not a direct reflection of me, Pam, Pam. It's a reflection of them. So once you gain that perception and you come back and you offer something of value to the community, the funds and the sources and the clients come after that. But you got to put yourself. Remember, I posted just a couple of days ago, you got to provide something of value to get something in return. And that balance is what's coming in return for the good that you put out. And like Sis said, you got to go deal with the people that respect that healthcare industry and what you do and what it has done for them. So not a problem. The problem now becomes, where's my solution? Start asking the spirit guides and the source, where is the solution to this? Because we already know where the problem lies. So we're not going to even use that word in the vocabulary. We're going to use, where's my solution? When I ask the ancestors for something, I say, okay, what's the solution? I ain't focusing on the problem, because if I focus on the problem going to keep fucking coming up. So now you got to change your thinking cap and say, sis, where's the solution to breaking ground? What I need to do to break through this industry, because this is a very important part of our makeup and how we all were raised, and it does affect childhood trauma and everything. And you got to do something different, sis. So you got to ask, where's the solution at to your spirit guides and your ancestors, and they gonna give it to you. Because I had to learn that too. It wasn't, I know I have a service. Most people out there, if you ain't got a website, you ain't legitimate. You ain't this, you ain't that. You ain't got a logo, you ain't this. My website, y'all, is this damn YouTube, Kim Arts. You want to find me? Go to the YouTube. That's my website. until I get one.
Did Mary Kay
but
have a website?
And Mary Kay didn't have one either. I don't guess. No, she probably got one now, but she probably ain't get one when they started out.
Did Rockefeller have a?
Did Rockefeller have a website? Did JP all them
It's
when
important.
they started?
We're not saying they're not important, but you can be successful
when Brother Ford Motors started. Did Brother Ford Motors some years ago have a website? But people want to shoot you down because you ain't got a website. But I'm providing a service. And don't think that a service is not a product because you need this service. I became the product myself. I became the product. So don't let nobody discourage you, sis, because they don't want to heal. Fine. Go to the ones that want to heal, that want to assist you in healing, that want to go where you want to go. And you set your eyes on those ahead of you and not those fans in the back clapping loud with that criticism. You got to keep going, sis. You got to find a solution. You can't let that disturb you or distract you because you know what you're here for. You know you're here to uplift people with the coaching. You know that. So you already on your life purpose. So of course they're gonna come with the fluff and the buff and the criticism. But look, we got thick skin. So we know how to handle that. We got thick skin and we focus on those coaches ahead of you. You keep your eye on those successful coaches ahead of you and what they're doing. You don't copy, but you model yourself after what you see them doing because they paved the road to where they're at already for you. That's why I don't listen to nobody fucking broker than me. Because if you broker than me, goddamn, I'm finna listen to that joke up there that got all that goddamn money. So I can have some stability. Because ain't nobody back here clapping loud got no more money than I got right now. And so that's just a scheme in itself and a joke in itself. Leave them back there. They'll catch up later when they wake up. Okay? So we focusing on, like sis said, your service.
And I will say this, I said crazy, and I'm not to offend anyone who deals with mental health issues, but that's not.
Oh, she said by crazy she means negative people.
Right, that's not the politically way to say it. But people who be ye, do not conform to this world, but be ye transformed. And if it works, it works. Once you start, like I said, delivering the people who are dealing with mental issues in their minds, once they start seeing that it work. They have to conform. If it works, it works. Shout out to, I saw somebody said, I don't know how I ran up across this. Oh, there it is. Nancy Charles. She says, it's not by mistake that I found this today. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Pray peace and blessings to you.
Yes, Tony Gaskin is good. That's exactly right, Tony Pam. Gaskin. That's it. He know Tony Gaskin. He say he know. Yeah, he know him. So yeah, you got to mull after that, sis, and don't let that distract you because that's what happens with the MLM. That's why this conversation is so important because it's little things like that. That's why I say the non-supporters matter too because your non-supporters is actually your fuel. It's actually how you gain momentum through people not supporting you. You get even more drive and more momentum to keep coming. So you can't let the non-support. They just not ready yet. They're not ready to be healed. They're not ready to be helped. They don't want the help. They don't want to ask for the help. That's okay. They can stay where they're at in peace because I'm going to leave them where they at in peace, right? And I'm going to go forward with what? Your life purpose. So you go forward with your life purpose. And when you do that out of a good heart and a sincere heart, God, if we want to call the generator, the operator, and the destroyer, will make a way for you and will bring people to you like that. You just keep marketing yourself. You keep driving yourself to be better, and you keep asking for the solution. Every time you run into a hump, a rock, a boulder, you go now. Come on now. Where's the solution at Ancestors? Where's the solution? Give me the solution. Don't even focus on the problem, and the problem will go away.
A light bulb went off.
A light bulb went off, sis. That's what that toy thing do, baby. That toy thing go ting. Okay.
So, and it's like I said, not to get too deep. I promise I'm not too deep. You know, everybody believes in who they believe in. I'll just tell you about the God who I serve. Jesus used multi-level marketing.
Of course he did.
He was
instructed.
I was sitting here.
Y'all didn't hear that, did y'all?
I was sitting here, and as I was sitting here thinking about being like Jesus, I thought about what Jesus did. What Jesus did was he went and found 12 friends because he knew I wasn't wasn't going to be here long. And these 12 people are now,
That's multi-level marketing.
There was one man people, but he used 11 other people.
The Lord told God himself, the Father told Jesus, he said, when I want you to
God gave
do
that to me while I was like,
is send them out 2 by 2. Because when you send them out 2 by 2, multiplication starts at 2 by 2. That's the first step in multiplication is 2. So why don't we reflect the same tenets that Jesus the Son used, that was given by the Father? Let's do the same thing today. Instead of depending on what they say your value is, your value surpasses your wildest imagination, what your value truly is. So let's look at a strategy. Let's look at a way of thinking that can calm us down so that we can actually see what would happen if you did it a certain way and it's duplicated, because the strategy is to make sure that we leave no one behind. And if anyone does the strategy, anyone, and it doesn't work, then trash it, because there's no failure in God. That's how you'll be able to know for sure that it's from God. Challenge the truth is very silly, but at the same time, God say, challenge me.
Test me, said the Lord.
He say, prove me.
And see what I
And see ain't I'm good. You know, so I'm crazy enough to know that truth exists. Let us just look at truth for what it is and for what it'll do. And do you know what it'll do? It'll make you free.
That's right.
Do you think everybody wants you to be free? Why do you think they're not giving you anything? You know, it would be easy to give you something to make you free. Mm-hmm. You know, what they want to do is set you free. When you've been set free, that means that it's being done by man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when you're being made, that's God.
Yep.
We want to be made free, not set.
We want to be made free, not set free. Made free.
Because that's what the word
is. So, Nancy, we're having a conversation. Don't feel bad about commenting. We like when y'all comment.
Please
ask questions.
Please ask whatever question in your mind.
Y'all got a home-based business.
I got excited.
We want to deal with nothing
network
but
marketing.
Truth.
Network marketing, home-based businesses. Where you stand? Why aren't you successful? Why aren't your sponsors relaying to you? Ask the question. He got the answer.
I got the answer. He
got a UGM strategy. That's why he's my guest today. He got the UGM strategy.
And we need the strategy. Successful. We need a strategy that works. Not maybe or sometimes. I'm not talking about that. Let's take it to the next level. Let's show the world who we are. We're descendants of the greatest people that has ever lived here in America and built it ourselves. Come on now, let the remnants of the descendants of our ancestors be seen the world over just by using our brain. Come on, let's just tone down. If it's the truth, let's use it. If it's a lie, if it's a fake, if it's a scheme, if it's one of those things to bamboozle somebody, if it's a thing where money is being asked, hey, give me money, go ahead and give them money like you've been doing. I'm not asking for a dime. Matter of fact, I'm not asking for a penny, because I'm to have nothing to show you a strategy so that when that fruit starts multiplying, we'll be multiplying at the same time.
Y'all wanna list below what if y'all in any network marketing MLM?
Anybody?
Y'all wanna list the ones you've been in that you haven't seen the success rate that you wanted to success?
The vacation.
The vacation, the travel ones, any kind. It doesn't even matter what they are. This strategy will work. This strategy will work.
It's the foundation that
we're
all over the world right now. But but we're in America. It's the foundation that this country was built off of. Like you say, that we pay our taxes. That's how we are supplying the salaries of it works. If you just have to apply it to every facet of life. And we keep talking a lot about your mind. It's in here. You have to be aware.
We didn't finish that.
We need to finish that one.
That one concerning E equal MC squared.
Yeah, talk that.
Let me just finish that. First of all, E is everything. We know everything has to be. It must be inclusive if it's talking about numbers. So get on that level. E is everything. Equal means it's balanced. It's no big, it's no small, it's balanced, it's in harmony. You understand? When you multiply it, because the only way to start something is by putting it on that or in that realm of infinity. God doesn't start anything and it has an ending. It just continues. So put your mind where God wants our mind to be. So everything balances when you multiply it 100%, that's what that C means, times 2. And it's no end. So what we do is get in a business, make sure that when you get in a business, you go to a place where this strategy preferably is explained and shown by me. And I would prefer you receive it from me, because I'm not going to never lie. I'm not going to never cheat about it and all that stuff. And if it's any game and somebody wants to run game and bring it here, let us expose them to everybody so everybody will know that they're about cheating and beating. I'm not. I'm about sharing what God has given me. He did not charge me anything for it. So why should I charge you? Why shouldn't I just give you a strategy that's already being abused and misused? Anthony has a question. Let me answer this question.
Okay, Nancy has a question too, because she said, so Nancy says, it is powerful to speak on your own experience with mental health question, and says to help others know they aren't alone question.
They're not alone.
They're not.
Because you're in the United States of America. And if you don't have a mental problem, something is wrong with you.
So in other words, we all got a mental problem.
We all been hit in the head.
We all been knocked upside the head and bamboozled around here.
So we just got to start doing something different.
We got to do something different to knock the bamboozlement out. Okay, that's all.
Dealing with this. That's why you have to be aware. Once you start to wake up, and me and Doc were talking about that earlier today, this is our first time kind of getting together for COVID. When Nancy said she glad she tuned in, she don't know how she found out. I wasn't even supposed to be. I promise I looked the more better than this. I got my rain hat on, y'all ain't nothing. They just got me on here all loud, but I guess it's supposed to happen. But it's important when you're waking up, when you are getting your mind together, that you that you really, focus on what it is that you're taking in, on your ear gates, your eye gates, on things that are going into into your system, into your bodies. You can't listen to what everybody says, because it's real easy to get back in bondage. It's real easy to get back entangled and to not get it. But I hope that everybody that's tuning in, that's been watching over this hour, truly gets it, and they leave this podcast, this forum, this place better. Immediately applying 1 + 1 = 2.
Let's not look at everybody as having being a bag of chips and all of that. If we would all look at each other as a bag of stale chips, we would all be all right. It's no better than the other and all of that. Only thing that we want to do today is be just like that. You see them? You see those pyramids I'm putting up? Those are pyramids, 3 of them, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And when you put it all together, it's a oneness.
Right.
You see these 2 ladies? I'm here in the middle. That's a oneness. That's a oneness of mind going forward to a place where we've never ventured before. It's time for us to look into our minds and know and be bold when you say it. I do not believe in God today. Why not? Because I know him. So after 30 years of wanting to receive something and have something of value, true value, when I found out it's anything more valuable than the truth, I see people running from me thinking that I'm crazy. I know they know I'm not crazy, but they run from me like I am. So that tells me something too. To stay on the track, be around people that don't mind encouraging you with the truth, and watch what'll happen. This is 2021, and I guarantee you, everything that cometh from my mouth concerning this business, I'm not talking about my personal life. God gave me the right to do whatever I want with my personal life. But with this vision that he's given me, I got to do it exactly like he say do it. And if you got any help to help me do it, to make sure that you buff me properly and take all the jaggedness off and away so I won't cut somebody with it, I appreciate that. Let us just go forward in power, in a movement of God.
Yeah, and we just wanted to open up really and break the ice.
Thank you.
The UGM strategy has not even been exposed, y'all. We just doing the conversation. So if you guys want to get in, come in and learn the UGM and see the UGM effects and the strategy for yourself, then I'm going to post everything. Once this load, I'll post some contact information down below because you can't do it once you get in chat. You got to wait till it finishes and you can go in the description box. So I'm going to load everything up in the description box on how to use this strategy, this UGM strategy of Rand's to get you into a successful place. You can bring all your entrepreneurs, you can bring your sponsors, the experts, all of them. You can bring them on board. We can set this up and do this again on the air. And I want you guys to bring your sponsors in.
Bring your computers,
your calculators, whatever you want to bring, okay, into the next meeting that I have that I post, and I'll let y'all know that soon. But just bring them aboard if you're still in an MLM. And if you got a business, a link, a website, give yourself a shout out down below. I ain't stingy. I'm sharing the love, baby, because it's all about networking. I understand the principle of network, but we need to understand the principle of network too, because we really don't know the principle of networking anyway. So now we're going to reintroduce the principle of networking to everybody, so we all can be successful in whatever business and services we got. And it don't matter. You're right. And not just some of us, but all of us, because there's opportunities out there for everybody to win. Exactly. And if you ain't dealing with a win-win, cut your losses and walk away. Because if it's a win and a lose, you need to do something different. And that's what I found out with some of the MLMs, doing it myself. I was setting up for a win-lose, and I said, no.
Why would you do that?
I can't.
Why would you get into a business? Why would you get into a business
to lose?
And you say, "Oh, I sure hope it wins." Well, maybe it'll work. Why would you get into a business with a hope and a maybe? Right. Why not get into a business that has never been presented before and do it the way I'm suggesting, so that you can see? You don't have to guess. You don't have to think what your money, which is your seed, is going to do. Just do it the way God say do it, and just listen to the strategy and see a demonstration concerning it, and know for yourself this will work. Simple as that. Forget about listening to everybody else because they're experts. If they're experts, why haven't they shared that expertism with everybody else so they could be experts? Why is it just one of them?
Why is it just one? It
don't make no sense.
So we gonna crack the iceberg. We gonna crack the iceberg. So you guys, we're gonna give another one online. It will be donation generated, just FYI. Because we're giving this one free, and this is the freebie. This is us giving back to you, so you know what you're getting. So just a donation, a simple donation, because we got to keep this shit going. I got to pay for all this shit. I got to pay for this studio time. This ain't even my studio. Shit, I got to pay. I got to pay this. I don't even know what. I got to log off of this stuff. I need a damn cameraman. I mean, shit. I got to pay for a cameraman. I got to figure out how to cut this off, y'all. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to drop all that information down below. You know your girl, keep it real. Y'all put your websites down there. Put what you do, what your service is, because service is product and product is service, and it is to generate what? Energy, circuitry, money, electricity, the cash flow. Don't act like you don't want no damn money up in here, because all y'all asses want money. You ain't fooling me. I'm a Taurus. You ain't fooling me.
Listen, but you
ain't fooling me.
If you don't want money, then we go find you a bridge.
There you go. If you don't want money, then you'll find yourself a bridge, right? Because that's where you'll be if you ain't got money to provide and put a roof over your head and put clothes on your back and just to eat whenever you want to eat.
Let's start out together with nothing.
We all starting out together.
With nothing.
With nothing.
And let God show us how to make that multiply.
Nothing.
Because I know
we ain't even, look, we going to go up together. Whoever is in. Whoever is out, they can stay out. But we going to go up together, whoever is in. So our next one we do, and I'll just...
Nancy's a Taurus. What, are you a May Taurus? Look, are you an April Taurus or a May Taurus?
Bull gang.
Which one?
Bull gang.
Which one? I told you, Stampede.
Bull
We said that Stampede earlier today.
That Stampede, the Bulls. So y'all definitely bring in your sponsorships. Bring in your top producers on
your scientists, your economists. Bring them to the table.
Tell them
let's see what
when I get ready to post this next one, y'all make sure y'all invited to tune in so they can ask questions, so they can give that, what you call that plan? What you call that, the payout plan?
Compensation
plan. Compensation plan. All right, I want y'all
to bring that compensation plan.
Bring that compensation plan
to God.
So we can do these numbers, so we can do these proper calculations on them
and show you
the UGM
what they haven't shown you.
What they haven't shown you before.
Come on, let's multiply together.
The compensation. God damn, I can't get out. We in retrograde probably tomorrow, y'all. That's why my speech jacked up. I'm blaming it on the retrograde. But bring the compensation plan so we can discuss. I don't care which one you in.
It doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference.
Compensation is compensation.
Because the strategy going to work regardless. It's going to work regardless because it's based on God's principle. It's not based on how they got it set up.
No, it ain't based on man.
It's not based on man. It's based on God, using God's math, using the proper, proficient, self-reliant, self-preservation.
Let math do itself, and you get out of the way and watch yourself prosper. That's all it's saying.
I'll be late to work. All right, Nancy. Peace. Thank y'all all for watching.
Continue to pray for us as we pray.
And we'll do this again. We just have a conversation. May 4th, Nancy. Nancy May 4th. Nancy May 4th. All right, we got the Tauruses up in here generating. She a Taurus, I'm a Taurus, he Aquarius. Ain't you Aquarius? Okay, I was just making sure.
Look how they in between good people.
I got the water. If y'all thirsty, I do have the water. I do have the water for you.
Why you doing all that work?
Yeah.
I got the water
for you. Because we all are thirsty and we need a drink.
And we like Nancy said, we got the earth.
Yeah. She said what?
She said that we got the earth.
Oh, rolling. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do something together that's never been done before. Let's bring these people together. Let us multiply together and let us be a force together.
Yes. Burn. What is that? Burn weed. What is that? Am I saying you aqua too? You the Aquarius water too?
That's it.
We're going to pour a little water on it. We're going to pour a little water on it. All right, we're going to pour a little water on the earth, y'all. We're going to pour a little water. We're going to sprinkle a little holy water on the earth, okay?
That's why it's more water than it is earth.
Y'all, thank y'all so much. Make sure you like, subscribe.
Yeah,
please. Make sure you circulate this.
Tell some people about it.
We going to be back. Your girl going to be back. I'm back on the air. Right? I ain't never left. But you know I'm on the air now, okay?
This is the studio.
You know I'm on
with
the air
mouth.
Now, okay? And with Kim Arts, your girl.
Arts.
And with Eugene Rand, baby.
Lord have mercy.
Let's get it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Much love, peace, and harmony to y'all all. You know I respect every last one of y'all. Thank you for all the love and support. Give your business a shout out if you got something, and network while you're here. Network.
Remember
leave
this.
it below. I don't mind.
This.
Leave it below.
Remember this. XOAAA. XOAAA is the acronym for Ex-Offenders of America Alumni Association. And it's very important that you really know this, because we want to do things new that are going to be proficient. But XOAAA is only wanting to let people know that we know that when we went to prison, we had abandoned our children. And we wasn't thinking about it like that. And in abandoning our children, what we're committing to do is to make sure that because of the abandonment by those being in prison all over the United States, whether they be of color or whether they be white, it's still children that's been abandoned. Let us take on that mantle to make sure that the funds that come in to XOAAA is for the children only. Not for me. Please, not for me. I don't want to have nothing to do with touching nothing. I want it to be for the children, and I want oversight. I don't care if it's the FCC, FBI, CIA. I don't care who it is. We want to be, inspected, looked upon. Why? Because what we're presenting, it won't be anything except the truth, what we're supposed to be doing. Help me to show what we're supposed to be doing. Let's hook up, lock arms, and let's go forward as a force and tear down the walls of recidivism, and tear down the walls of hunger, tear down the walls of homelessness, tear down the walls of children being abandoned, tear down all them illicit walls that has made the United States of America be on its knees.
That's right. That's right. All right, y'all, we done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap for now.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap for now, y'all. Peace, love, and harmony from your girl.
Hey, peace. Like what's the boy name that used to do the Soul Train? Peace.
Y'all just hit your clicker. We already ready.
Where?
Oh, you moved it. You moved it.
Oh,
right there. I'm ready to say
right. Lord, let me find.
Moved it.
Oh, let me get it. Right there.
Right there.
Oh, right there. Bye, y'all.
You ain't hitting.
Oh, dang. I got it because I'm on my right hand. Hold
That's
on.
fine. Look, I'm going to sit here and wait till you do it.
Yeah, keep them entertained, y'all, till I find this button. How to get off of this thing?
Follow, share, subscribe.
All right, in the stream. We out of here. Peace, I think. Where is it at? No, I think I got to go up here.
You got to click it.
Oh, Lord.
Go get in. And
Is this thing not working?
did you click it?
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
We still not.
We ain't out yet, y'all.
We are not. I hope the people.
Make sure you like.